famously, Demetrio said the game is ugly. You know, they play this ugly brand of footy and people aren't going to go watch. And then the Cats won in 07 when Bomber Thompson just sort of said, you know what, we're going to go all out offense. We're going to take on this sort of pressure that the Swans and the Eagles were sort of playing back in the mid-2000s. And footy was fun again, you know. It was the overlap run and carry. It was the kamikaze offense. And Geelong were putting up big scores. So sides had to adjust to that. Geelong became the leader, had that big 120-point win against Port Adelaide in the 2007 grand final, and then, as you said, probably the best team in our way, but didn't win the premiership, and it was the start of that sort of Hawthorn dynasty almost. But the Cats won in 09 when probably St Kilda was the best team. So we sort of pinch won the Cats in 09 when St Kilda had a great season. Only lost 2 or 3 games that year, and unfortunately for St Kilda fans, they were all to Geelong. But that's when you're right, that front half pressure sort of started to take over, where forwards were asked not just to kick goals, but to chase and tackle and pressure, and we saw an evolution in the game. And then, Chris Scott came in at the right time, I guess, when Collingwood won in 2010, when it was front half pressure, and Chris's motto was just attack the last line of their defence. So if they want to keep pressing forward, we're going to kick it long to the last line and put that last line of defence under pressure. And once again, you have to be able to have the right talent in your team to be able to execute those sort of game plans. You can't just say this is how we're going to play, but not have the players to be able to execute it. So fast forward now to Melbourne, and Melbourne's changing of their game plan, and we've got enough sample size for Simon Goodwin to know now that they needed to adjust the way that they play. But the next question then is can they execute the game plan that they're trying to instill with this group? So only time will tell. As I said, we've got a small sample size now, but yeah, it's something they're going to have to potentially adjust on the run.
Instead of asking Adam Simpson this question, you need the players to, I guess, execute the game plan.
Or can professional athletes now be expected to mould themselves to the game plan? Probably yes, but only to a certain degree. You're right, yeah. Unfortunately, and we all know this, for any of the listeners who have played sport, or even in the job that you do, under extortion, you revert to your next goal. So it's what becomes easily, that's not easily, but it's what you sort of get you out and out of experience. You revert to what you know. And sometimes it's footy in AFL is that might not be what the coach wants, you know, and quite often, unfortunately, the really great players have the ability. I'm thinking about, so Rob Penderbury comes to mind straight away. He still has the ability in the fourth quarter to be able to make great decisions, and it almost looks like he's not fatigued, he's not exhausted, there is no anxiety, but he just has that great ability to be able to slow the game down, make great decisions, while also instructing his teammates where to go, where to stand, when to press, when to fall back, when to corral. Like he can do all of that. So that's, I guess, the champions of the game. But that's one thing we look at now with young players coming in. Number one, are they coachable? But also, too, can they play a game style that doesn't naturally come to them under stress and fatigue? Yeah. Offset revision. They're also playing a quarter of one possession game this year, so they could be Richmond all out and take that card later. This is the defending with the ball, but that healthy control very much in the neutral brand.
Having trouble with rats and mice in your home? Talon Rat and Mouse Killer kills rodents in one feed. Take back control of your home and try Talon from your supermarket today. This AFL season, just all we got is a zero latency radio stream on your mobile phone. On the SEN app, click on SEN Station to hear the broadcast play-by-play with no delay. This is the most beautiful game in the world. It's played over
CommBank, we're proud backers of Melbourne's business yakka. No matter what business you're in, or what size you're ambitious, we've got the tools and expertise to help you achieve whether you need cash flow support, a management budget, business online, whether you need Melbourne business tech. So talk to one of our local stands today. So CommBank business.
Roofing and treatment, that is our laser well stainless steel engages down to 1.2 mil. Stainless steel has a longer lifespan, is more resistant to corrosion, looks great, and you can get all of that for less. Visit rxcentre.com.au/stainless steel.
If I asked you to go outside now, grab a shovel, and hack through your internet or water connection, would you do it? Of course not. It'd cost you a fortune to fix, plus being without internet or water for hours or days would drive you mad. Even without searching before you did all the first is unbeatable. Or worse, you drive the gas or electricity mains. Before every job, search before you need them online every time. It's that simple, honey.
Play the best courses in the world. Okay, take me to Yarrabeen. Let's play Muirfield. Now, hang on, Spyglass. Top straights are available at Melbourne's premier driving range, Yarrabeen. YarrabeeGolf.com. Let's go with sunny and warm. Run a hundred. With the chocolate and water that is dead. Summer up. I'll teach you some pancakes, liquid, obsessive nuts, and other whole flags, woolly, and pump drop trucks. And for the hot springs, so when you dust up, should you like any young stuff? Stop along to the supermarket and grab Ramadan. It will make the seafood as relaxing as
has one kick halfway through the third quarter. And I actually said on the call, I thought he was playing as a decoy to try and take Rory Lobb away from where the ball was getting into inside 460.
Because Roger Morris was going all right at this stage.
Yeah, he was playing really well, yeah. But then it was just bang. It was Eric Higgles kicked 5 drops in about 30 minutes of footy. But their midfield got on top, and I mean, clearances and contested possessions were pretty even, but it was the damage they did around from stoppage in the second half. But when their midfield gets going, Neil, Dunkley, the Ashcroft boys, the Claggage, Berry, they just look unstoppable when they get in that sort of mood. And I really like their forward line too. You mentioned Morris, but yeah, Higgles got going. They just provide the contest. He's no superstar, but he just doesn't get out marked. And then you got Archie, Cameron, Bailey, Rayner. They put great forward pressure on. We talked about that earlier before as well, but they've got the third most tackles so far this year in their 450. So those offensive players are also chasing the dance. So it's not funny about like that. You know, down there, that will be his before the start of the number 6 and 3 winning last year. It looks really promising for Collingwood, like around the midfield, behind the ball, in front of the ball. They're defending as well as any team in the comp at the moment. So, yeah, you're right, four wins on the trot, and this is going to be an absolute ripper start.
So Ned Long starts at Hawthorn, 1 game in 22, 4 games in 23, it's delisted, joined Collingwood's VFL team, played 7 senior games last year, and his 5th game this year, the best one. He's listed as 194 centimetres, and we can't talk weight anymore, but he looks like he's in the 90s. Yep, he's a powerful unit. He moves well too.
Yeah, well, he only came out of the game last week, because of the outs that Collingwood had. When we thought, we know the